Okay, so grade 3, no, not grade 3, lesson 3 for the music reading introduction for drums. We have got stave, we've learnt the stave, we've learnt the drum clef, and we've learnt some notes and their values. So what's next? Bar lines. Bar lines? Bar lines and bars, yes. That little bit of music I just showed you had bar lines and bars. If we just wrote notes one after the other, after the other, after the other, it'd be very hard to follow. So what we do is we divide them up into little blocks. And those little blocks have what's called a feel, a pulse to them. So that if you were marching, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. There's a feel to that. If you're waltzing, you're 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is our feel. And the feel is recorded with what we call a time signature. The time signature determines where your bar lines will come. So let's look at time signature. After the clef, after the drum clef on your music, the time signature is the next thing that's going to be written onto your music. So let's just take an example. Here in one of the grade 1 pieces you have your drum clef. This is the time signature, okay? There are two numbers, one on the top and one on the bottom. And the confusing thing at grade 1 is often that everything you see is 4, 4. And therefore, it's hard to remember which number means what. When you then come to something like 3, 4 or 2, 4, you can't remember which number means what. The top number is how many beats are in a bar. The bottom number is what type of beats make up that bar. So in 4, 4, the top number 4, it says there are 4 type of beat at the bottom, quarter note beats in a bar. Quarter notes or the equivalent, because remember we've looked at crotchets and we can see that those quarter note crotchet beats can be divided into 2, and you could have 2 eighths. So in a simple example from your grade 1 book, the technical exercises at grade 1 incorporate 4, 4 time, and yet there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beats in this bar. The bar is indicated by a line at the beginning and a line here. Don't worry about the dots, I'll tell you about those in a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One beam line is equivalent to one tail. These are eighth notes as indicated on the book. So 2 eighth notes make 1 quarter note. So let's see how this bar is made up. 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, and 4 quarters. Don't make the mistake of thinking that 4 quarters is a whole and is therefore a whole bar. Yes, in 4, 4 time, that's what's included in a bar, but there is such a thing as 2, 4 time and 3, 4 time. So let's just have a look at what that would mean. 2, the number at the top. Let's find, oh, we haven't got a 2, I've got a 3 for example. The number at the top is how many, the number at the bottom is what type of beats. 3 quarter note beats per bar. So what would 12 8 mean? It would mean 12 eighth note beats per bar. You're not going to need these time signatures yet, you're just learning, but these are helpful to understand why there's a difference between what the top number means and what the bottom number means. When you come across 4, 4, both numbers being the same is unhelpful for remembering what they mean. Okay, so each bar has to add up to what the time signature says. More in a minute.